Is it possible for the financial system to withstand the crushing blow of Deutsche Bank's derivatives? Of course not. You came here for the truth, so let me unveil that for you. Today we will look at why Deutsche Bank will get a bailout or the system will collapse. There are two very clear and distinct options, and let's look at it today. I've been covering the Deutsche Bank situation over the past few days. Why? Because it is absolutely important. We need to know what's going on with major banks, what they're doing, and as they become at the edge of failure, we need to really pay close attention. So this is a chart here showing you what exactly has happened in a close-up, and I want to highlight just for a moment the red line going downward here. You can see that this is referring to the hedge funds that pulled out their money, and this here obviously made panic ensue, temporarily at least, where the people were deciding that all of a sudden Deutsche Bank is worthless and then they should pull their money out. And that is exactly what happens when it's declining for years prior. Nobody really sounds any alarms, but all of a sudden it drops a significant percentage in one day. Okay, then it's newsworthy. All right, then we move on to this rumor. The DOJ will cut fines. So they're saying that you're only going to have to pay so much versus all those billions of dollars. And this right here will, in fact, be very positive for Deutsche Bank because they are scrambling for money at this time. Then we move on to the hockey stick line upward. Deutsche Bank said to near $5.4 billion settlement with the U.S., according to the AFP. Now, it's important to note that beyond all of this, we have derivatives exposure of Deutsche Bank in the tens of trillions of dollars that dwarfs all of this. So it's a little bit fictional to be reading this information and taking it as complete truth. All right, then we look at this, and you can see that since 2007 up until present day, the stock is pretty much has been declining ever since. And then look at this issue here where you saw today, just in the previous chart, where it said, look, they're going to get their stuff in order. The top individual comes out and says, everything is just fine. We have, quote, strong fundamentals. That makes it rise. It's all a joke. It's been declining for years. It's been suffering for years. And yet, at the same time, it's had its derivatives exposure not decreasing. And look at what just in this short period of time has happened to this particular stock. It's not looking good. Then you look at I've shown this chart before, but this has been updated. As you can see, tracking the performance of Lehman exactly. Look at how just in these recent few days, how it has been following identical to what happened during Lehman. And this is, to me, very concerning because it is in many ways considered to be the beginning of what will be the financial crisis part 2. And that right here, as far as I'm concerned, shows me how weak and fragile the system is and how it is unable to deal with real pressure. They do all these stress tests for the banks, and they're all fake. They're all fictional because of the way that they're structured. They want to support the banking system. They don't want to say that it's weak and that it's hurting. They want to be able to basically prop it up. And this is what I constantly have to read. Just hearing it in the financial industry all of the time, every single day. This is just an example. There's one certainty: the economy will recover. and then it also adds in eventually. Now, what I would say is that you hear people talking about all the time how don't worry, put your money in, hold for the long term, and you will see results. But look at what happened in the Great Depression. 25 years to get back to where it was prior. If you were losing money, couldn't pull out your stock money for 25 years, by the time that money has reached back to its original point, that money is so stale, it's probably not worth a quarter of what it was back in the day. And of course, during that time, you had your savings locked up. This is not a good thing. And unfortunately, this is happening today. Then with the addition of the bail-ins on top of that, it makes this look really, really not in favor of the paper assets at this time. If you found this video informative, please give me a thumbs up. Last but not least, if you found this video informative, I know you'll find my book, The Money GPS, even more informative. Head over to Amazon where they have a look inside feature that's going to allow you to flip through the pages of the book and see if you like it. Take care.